Hey guys, how's it going? I'm down here at my second home, Berry BMW at Heathrow. I'm here today unexpectedly to order another new car. It's going to replace my Motec M140 that's behind me. I'm going to head inside now. We're going to sit down and look at the spec options. I'm sure most of you can already figure out what it probably will be. One thing's for certain, it is a BMW. Surprise, surprise. Let's head inside. So Tony asked me for some unhealthy snacks. I got him some unhealthy snacks. It's always a good little way to bribe him, you know, get that best deal and all that. As I mentioned briefly outside, I'm here again, my second home, my second birthplace with Uncle Tony, to order up an almost unexpected car. I've done so much to my M140 and I absolutely love it. I think it's the best M140 I've ever driven for sure, M-Light.
Yeah, absolutely. And I quite liked your logic that you know, you've now spent about £50,000 on your M140 and obviously an M2 comp's only coming out about 54. So,
yeah.
So you've only got to give me £4,000 and you've got a brand new car.
Oh, is that how it works?
I thought it was quite a fair deal.
Is that how it works? Yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, that's what you said earlier on.
Very impressive.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, this is great. I'm loving this. But yeah, no, that's true. That's a good point. I have spent a lot of money. Obviously, I get a lot of help off Motec, but you know, my car, my 140 is effectively about £50,000 worth retail. Obviously, there's discount and stuff on top of that, but so it is the price of an M2 comp. Which, when you look at it that way, some people think that's a bit mad, but it is a weapon. It's an absolute little weapon, and as much as the M2 comp's going to be a better car, it's unmistakably a proper sports car. Yeah. And people know what it is. Like, there's no hiding away from it or shying away from it unless I get debadged.
Well, we've dropped Mineral Grey, so you won't be going for that this
Oh
time.
no! What am I going to do?
You have to go for Stealth Grey. You're going to have to go for something a little bit more bold this time.
Yeah, I'm going to. Well, yeah, let's have a look. So we're going to go through the whole ordering process, a bit like I did with my M140 video, which is actually just about to clock over 90,000 views. So it's turned out to be quite a popular video, that one. I'm sure it's mostly down to Tony Lewis.
That was the video that I said to you, are you sure anyone's going to want to watch?
I know.
One slightly old man and a slightly younger man sitting around a computer screen ordering up a car.
I know, and ironically,
so
here we are again. Ironically, that video is something I didn't think would do well. It's got 90,000 views. I just shot that i8 Roadster video in Spain with like amazing light, and I spent 3 days editing it, and it's got 6,000 views. It's like, you never know which road video is going to go, but I can understand why people enjoy watching these, because it's certainly an exciting process and time for me, or the person that's buying a car or ordering a car, and it's interesting. It's a bit of an insight. We all love spending a lot of time, or at least most of us anyway, the sad ones I guess, a lot of time on configurators. And I know when the M2 came up on BMW UK recently, a lot of my friends are calling me going, oh, I built one. But in my defense, I've actually not spent any time. Well, I went on it the other night once, but I thought I'm going to come in here and just and literally order it as you see, and look at the options.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, to explain what's happened, because obviously the M2 competitions are sold out. Do you want some of your Audi water?
I might need some actually.
Yeah, I'm sure. Are Audi paying you to cough on camera?
Oh, I need some Audi water.
Yeah, so basically what happened was M2 competition's coming out obviously in September. There's only a handful of cars for dealers for Q4 of this year.
Yep.
Next year we don't know what our quota will be, so we're in the dark with that. But actually what happened here was that one of our customers wanted a car soon. When we actually went back with the final spec and everything with him, he's actually decided it's too soon and he's not ready to financially move for it.
Right.
Hence, I've come to you and said, Joe, look, we've got an opportunity now. your M140, we're all sick of watching videos of your M140, to be honest.
Oh, right.
I think it's time to have something new. Why don't you come and have a look at an M2 competition? So we just invited you down casually this evening, up into the boardroom, so that we could just sit down casually and talk about the M2 and see if the figures stack up for you.
Absolutely.
So,
I don't feel trapped here at all.
No,
with
absolutely.
the door locked and
absolutely.
everything.
And look, honestly, I've got the car. If you want the car, you can have the car. Don't ask me for a discount. That would be insulting to BMW with this product.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you want £50,000 for your part exchange, then clearly it's worth all of that, isn't it?
Well, that's it. I'm not going to ask for a discount on the car, but as long as you give me 50 grand for my M140.
One careful owner.
Yeah, one careful owner.
Never been on a track.
Never been on a track. Never been on the petrolhead tours.
No.
It's a well used.
So here we are. So we're sitting here. We've got a unit that's going to be arriving at the end of the year.
Yep.
Which we'll have ready for you. So we're 3 months away from it arriving. We're at the stage now where we need to put the final spec together. It's got a specification on there at the minute, but obviously I'd like to personalise it to what you want. So we're just going to run through the BMW configurator now.
Sure.
So first thing we really need to start with, Joe, is colours, and there are only 5 colours available.
I have to say it's a bit of a disappointment, the colour selection on it.
And you don't do white, do you? So
Well, I you say that, but what colour is my M135?
White car, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Long Beach to me is done and dusted. I think every man and his dog's got that in their M2. Sunset Orange, I love, but I just don't have big enough cojones to order a car in that. Black, well, my M2 that I had for a year, by the way, people seem to think I only had that for a couple of months, but I had it for 11 and a half months. I loved in black.
Yeah.
But even though I'd only put like 3,000 miles and that, whatever, when I sold it, and I looked after it very well, there was a few marks in there, and it just shows up marks too easily.
Yeah, it is. If you're into detailing and you want to really look after the car, you need PPF it to protect it. Because the trouble with black, of course, is the stone chips come through with the undercoat being white.
Yes.
And they glare at you, don't they? So I get that, and I do. I do try and avoid black cars if I'm ordering for the showroom, but but they look fantastic. And there's no two ways about it. When you see,
when they're clean
absolutely,
and they're detailed, they look brilliant. So black, I would say, is my second choice. But my first has to be the Hockenheim Silver, and I haven't. Surprise! And I know it will be the new Long Beach Blue in the sense that I think the majority of people are going to go for that. But it's a new colour, it's a new car or a new model, so I think I'm going to go Hockenheim Silver. I think it looks great in the configurator, and the press pictures I've seen of it looks fantastic as well. So
yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, look at that! Yeah. Nice.
And it's almost a bit like it's an off-white, isn't it? So it's like a pearlescent-y silvery white, which if you do go down the M Performance route and Motec route and everything else, I think it really will stand out with the two colours.
Yeah.
If you get a real feel.
It looks a bit like that Audi colour, Suzuka Grey. Doesn't it? Do you remember Suzuka Grey?
Yeah, we had that on the M4. Yeah, we had an M3 in that colour as well.
Okay, I love. I'm hoping it'll be like that.
I'm a car guy. I love cars in general. So I mean, I'm not afraid to build these in any colour you like. The thing with M2s are that anything that's 1 and 2 series based coming out of Leipzig. And some of the other factories for that matter, they don't do individual colours. Right. So a lot of people ask, I really want an M2 and I want to have it individual, and it can't be done. The only way to do this is to buy the car in a standard colour and then take it somewhere else and either get it wrapped or have it professionally painted, and that would cost an absolute fortune.
And it could devalue it in a way as well.
Individualisation is a big question mark. People go out, they spend £50,000 on their M140s before you know it.
Really, that much? No one.
But I think that's the colour. Absolutely, that's the colour you've got to go for. So let's go and have a look at the interiors.
Okay. I can't imagine there is much going on.
Well, there's black and there's black, but we have one black which has got blue stitching to highlight, and one that's got orange stitching to highlight. So the orange will be a bit like the Carlima orange that they did in the 1M Coupe, which you drove the other week in your other video. So, and I think both will work quite nicely with the silver paintwork. Yeah. The only thing is, your M Performance steering wheel, what colour is the banding on that? It's always blue.
Blue, and the calipers are going to be blue.
And the calipers are blue. So if you're going to go down the M Performance route and start to, personalise it a little bit, you're probably safer with the blue stitching.
Yeah. Okay.
So
let's go blue.
So we'll do that. Now we'll come back to wheels because actually there's a couple of option packs to look at.
Okay.
So we've got the M2 Comfort Package. I don't think this is one you're really going to want. And one of the reasons I highlight that is comfort access, because at the moment a lot of people are steering clear of comfort access for theft point of view, insurance point of view.
Yep.
Even if it is a safe system, unfortunately insurance companies now are checking if cars have comfort access, and they're asking. That could load your insurance a little bit. Folding door mirrors you probably will want.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you want electric seats.
No.
Enhanced Bluetooth, which with wireless charging.
You've
Got the standard Bluetooth for streaming now, which works really well anyway as standard. So,
yeah.
And reverse assist camera, nice to have. Small car, it's up to you.
And I assume a lot of these you can get as individual options.
You can have those individually, and to be honest, only if you wanted all 5 items does it make sense to bundle them together in that package. So if you take one of those items away, it's cheaper to go for it item by item than going for the package.
Yep.
So I'd suggest we steer clear of that one. But the next one is I think a must. Everyone's going for this one.
Yep.
So you've got the 19-inch jet black alloys.
Yep.
You've got the Harman Kardon sound system.
Yeah,
compulsory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Heated front seats with leather, compulsory. Sun protection glass.
Yeah.
Some people don't like it, but I think you've got to have it these days in cars.
I think especially with the silver, the darker glass.
Yeah, that will really contrast well. And of course, Icon adaptive LED headlights.
Oh, nice. They're the ones with the little bits in there.
Yeah, so they've got the more angular sort of outline.
Yeah.
And obviously they give you the swivel mode and everything else that goes with it.
Yeah.
And high beam assistant comes with that package. So, pretty much all of those items most guys are going to want to go for.
Yeah.
And again, because there is actually a delay on the silver wheels, you can only have these 29U 19-inch black wheels, 788M's the code, which is the multi-spoke wheel. So
they look a bit like the 666s on the...
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and they've got the black on the inside and then they're chrome on the outside. They're like a silver finish. So that basically is the wheel to go for.
Nice. They look like they'd be really easy to clean.
Yeah, they're going to need a bit of specialist treatment.
Yeah.
So they're the wheels, I think. And the thing is, if you go for the silver wheel, you can't have the M2 Plus pack,
right?
Because that's not an option.
Mm-hmm.
And the silver wheel at the moment is on a 14-week delay anyway. So I'll just add.
And it's only the only difference is it's silver.
Yeah. There's just I think there's a shortage on that.
It's not like a lightweight wheel or anything. It's just silver.
No.
Okay.
So
I'm happy with them.
Now I know you prefer the original wheel. But unfortunately,
you can't actually get it.
It's not compatible at the moment. So again, there's a delay there. So you really are at the moment Hobson's choice. You've got to have the 29Us. So that goes with the package. That's what we'll do. So we're looking at the M2 Plus pack, £1,800. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Right. So let's run through the rest of the options.
Thought I was going to keep this as cheap as possible. You're already piling on things here in the sly kind of salesman way, hey?
Well, you can't have an unloaded car, right?
No.
You don't need a heated steering wheel because you're going to go Alcantara, aren't you, at some point? So.
Probably, yeah. Not as nice as heat steering wheel is. I've got it in the 7 and I love it, but on this sort of car, I'm going to have sweaty palms anyway when I'm driving it. So,
well,
No, Tony.
Let's not go there.
No,
right,
keep it PG.
PG, yeah, 12 plus. This one is going to be one we're going to be having a little bit of a battle on, aren't we? Because I think we've got 2 different schools of thoughts: 7-speed double clutch transmission or 6-speed manual transmission.
It's always been. It's just one. I'm sure it's most people that are buying them. It's probably quite a big hurdle, or it's a big option, big talking point, because when I originally had my M2, I got that in DCT. But I also had my M140i at the time, and that was manual.
Yeah. And
if I could have reversed it and had it in an ideal world, I would have had it the other way around. I had the M2 manual and the M135 as an auto.
Yeah.
Now the DCT is great, but I don't know. There's not many cars that you can get with a manual anymore. Even the M140s now, they don't do it with a manual. And I have a feeling the next gen might only be auto. Yeah. The next gen of the M3 and M4 might only be auto.
I think that's the case.
And I love manuals, and when I drove that one in the other day, it was so engaging.
It's the tactile bit, isn't it? It's literally, you're doing it. I get that. I get that. I'm old now, so for me,
it's auto only.
It's auto only.
Yeah, I'm not getting any younger, and cars are all going down the auto route, and excuse the pun. Yeah. But I just think while I can. I think I still want to get the manual. I just love, when I was doing that petrol head tour, especially with you in Scotland, there was something that I felt was just missing a little bit from the engagement of that sort of drive, and it was not having that manual box. And the ZF's amazing. And also the other argument to it is, I think the DCT is phasing out. I have a feeling that all the new autos, like in the M5, are going to be a ZF 8-speed. And I think there's a reason for that. The DCT is a brilliant box, but it's a bit aggressive, and it plays tricks with the traction control unless you've got it all off. So I'm going to go manual.
All right.
Okay. I don't know. Am I mad?
No, I'm laughing, but look, at the end of the day,
after you put this in, how long? I've got a couple of weeks. I can change it. That's it, locked in.
We're really close.
Oh, because we're making we're making a video. We can't come in and redo it again, can we?
No, you've got days.
I think manual. I think.
Right, listen. I have no issue with that. I think there's a couple of considerations. One is, I think people that look at it as a cost point of view.
Yeah.
And they're financing it, need to understand that although it's £2,645, on a PCP it's not, because a huge amount of that goes on to residual value.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's over £1,500 of it. So
right, so you're only really paying £1,000.
Yeah, which is 20 odd pounds a month. So that's one consideration. It's not about cost. But I do take the point that at the end of the day, the tactile point of view of driving a car, how many hairy-assed manual rear-wheel drive cars with big power are there that size?
With a 6-pot as well, because you've got to then factor.
Nothing out there,
there's nothing, no.
So I get that. I totally do. And also, I'm not a massive fan of the MDCT box compared to the ZF.
No.
Same reasons exactly you say. It is a bit jerky. They have sort of factored in this sort of aggressive up-change part where it thumps, and if you're halfway around a corner and you go for an upshift, you do feel the car break away.
Yeah.
It's not a nice feeling, so I get it. I do get it. So I don't think it's brave.
It's brave, but I don't think there will be times where I regret it a little bit, maybe on a long motorway.
Yeah, exactly.
The sixth gear is always going to be a bit short, like I had with my M135. But then those little negatives just pay back in dividends when I get to a nice road. And I'm gonna, this car, I know I'll be taking it on another petrol head tour. I know I'll be driving it. When I'm driving it reasonably hard and enjoying it. And I think just having that, it will probably be the last manual car I ever own.
Yeah, well, that makes sense in itself, I think. So let's lock it in as
manual. Lock it in. Boom.
Done.
See, I've probably scored a few more fans now, because I know when I got my M2, like, DCT. And it was a great car, but anyway.
And I think on resale though, I mean, the resale on these should be okay. I think we all said that when the first M2 came out. Of course, it does depend on supply and demand. But the fact is, there's always going to be people looking for a manual car later on.
Yeah.
There's going to be 90 out there of MDCTs, and maybe 5 manuals. And if the ratio's like that, then actually you're never going to have trouble selling it.
No.
So get it how you want it. It's not a problem at all. Let's talk about brakes. So
let's talk about brakes, baby.
M2's got good brakes.
About you and me.
It's not like the old M3 days where the brakes used to fade and give up, and you'd go through the hedge. Front ways.
I watched Tim's video the other day, and I've been speaking to Tim's manager Mark, who's also got an M2.
Sorry,
Tim Schmee.
Tim Schmee.
Tim Schmee. Sorry, I didn't say his full name.
Name dropper.
No, and I was speaking to his manager Mark actually just 10 minutes ago before I came here, who's just about to receive his M2. He's getting one of the first ones, and we're discussing brakes. And in fact, the upgrade brake package. Firstly, how much is it? £1,350. I mean, that's a lot of money. And we're not talking carbon ceramics here. They're just basically enlarged brakes. Effectively,
there's 6-pot pistons rather than
as opposed to 4 pots. But they're a bit of a mixed match. I think they're like off the old M5, and there's a few.
I mean, you mentioned that. I've not, to be honest, read about that, but I'm sure someone will pick that up and give us the info on, once you post this. But I think you're right. At the end of the day, they probably are. Items that they've taken.
Parts bin, but good parts bin. I mean, brakes off an M5 are not a bad thing. But the negative of that is, I think they add 15 kilos of unsprung weight, which to me, I don't know, in a car that that you want to be as light as possible. To me, they don't appeal to me that much. There's also a big delay on them at the moment.
That to be honest, that's a good talking point. I mean, it's come up on all the forums, and it's now official from BMW that we have to advise customers to not order 2NH, otherwise expect long delays on their car.
2NH, yeah, just
2NH. Sorry, M Sport braking system. So,
but you said I name drop. You code drop.
Yeah.
Oh, 2NH.
I'll have a 2VC, 2VZ, and a 302, please. But I don't want any 310. Sorry, going off a tangent. Seriously though. Unsprung weight's enemy of the car, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're talking about a car that we're trying to make as small and light as possible. And the fun in the M2 really is that it is like the old M3 E30, where it felt a bit more manageable, didn't it? And if you suddenly start to kill that, it's not. Is it going to turn in as nice? Is it at high speed?
Yeah, you will feel it.
15 kilos feel like on
that's like 4 kilos a corner or something. Yeah.
So,
and I think also the stock brakes. I've heard Sam Moores has got a lovely M2 that he tracks, and he said that the stock brakes are rubbish out on track. Yeah. But that's mostly due to the fact that I think the pads, they're long life pads that they're putting in. Yeah. And my M2 that I had, and anyone's that I've tried that are stock, the brakes feel fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm sure just like the M lights, once you take them out on track and you start abusing them a bit, then those stock pads turn to rubbish. So I think stock brakes.
So we're saved 1,350 quid.
Absolutely.
And we'll go and visit Motec for some brake upgrades.
Hey, Mac for Motec, isn't it?
All right, mate.
Yeah, exactly. But that's exactly it. Down the track, I can stick some nice pads, fluids. I can get some Tarex rotors, whatever. Yeah,
brakes done.
Brakes done.
Right. We're all good on wheels. We're all good on the alarm system. That's what I'm saying. Do you want to debadge it?
Oh, it'd be so cool, debadge, wouldn't it? It would be cool, wouldn't it?
I think it would. I really,
because I go on about debadging, and also I think all the fans.
You're the debadge king, aren't you? Let's be honest.
Yeah, and all the fans that I've just gained from going manual are now going to unfollow me because I'm going to debadge the car. Because on an M car, people probably think that's mad, but you know what? Let's debadge it.
Debadge it, and then I'll come along with a badge afterwards and stick it on upside down.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. You could put an M5 badge in the back of it or something.
Let's do it.
Yeah, debadge.
Right. Debadge.
I bet you that's the only one in the country that gets debadged.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Can I put a 218D badge in it?
Now, if you want. What you can't do, however, is when you debadge it, you can't ask for the badges to be left in a bag in the car, which I've had that quite a lot.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Which, you kind of think, well, it's a simple thing. You're not putting the badge on, can't you leave it in the car? Yeah. But it's a robotised factory. Yeah. It just doesn't happen.
I suppose you could badge it and then take the badge off on delivery.
I'm a big.
No, it leaves a scar, does it?
Yeah, it's dangerous. I refuse to debadge on site. So. Debadge done. Right, we talked about comfort access. I think you're with me on that. It's a safety issue, really, isn't it?
I've never been a fan of comfort access. Even on the 7, it annoys me.
What about reverse assist camera then? It's a nice thing to have.
It is a nice thing to have, and especially now that I drive 6, the resolution's really nice.
And at your age, your neck gets a bit stiff looking over your shoulder, doesn't it?
Well, that's it. Yeah, I mean,
it's the only thing that gets stiff.
And looking forward to.
PG?
Need another.
Anyway, go for a break. Carry on. No, while you're having that break, let me have a break.
Yes, no, you're right though. Reverse assist camera. I think I will go for that. I had it in my original M2, so yeah. And while you're there, the windscreen with the grey shade, 100%. I think just finishes the look. Definitely not a glass sunroof. I love sunroofs. Yeah. But I think on this particular car, it's all about keeping it light. Yeah. I'm going to miss the sunroof. I've had it in every M light I've owned. That's 3 M lights. Didn't have it in my M2, but yeah, no, that would just bug me thinking.
What about if we did you a carbon sunroof?
Carbon sunroof, 100%, yeah. Just like a little hatch that you just knock out.
Now there's an M-Force carbon roof.
I do know, yeah.
We've looked into the labour for fitting it, and it's something like 3 days. And at Heathrow rates, 3 days is
pretty spicy. Yeah, I know there's a lot of aftermarket stuff, marketing performance. I mean, M performance that they're sort of they're doing.
Folding door mirrors.
Folding door mirrors, yes. Oh, how much are they charging?
275. It's a little bit more than it is on the M140.
How much is a wing mirror?
Well, probably 600 quid, I would have thought.
At least. That's what and I think you kind of expect it on them. Although the proper M wing mirrors, which it's got on this one, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
They never fold that well anyway. They kind of go. It's like, is the motor?
They should do what they did in the old E46 where they used to go up.
Oh, how cool is that? In fact, your 330.
Don't get me started on my
Oh,
E46.
do they not work?
No, I haven't got folding mirrors.
Oh,
It's
okay.
club sport, lightwght.
Oh, right, that's what
Obviously,
it
I
is.
need lightweight. 'Cause
Yeah,
It's got
yeah.
to carry me around.
Yeah, do you want another packet? Okay,
No, you're alright. I've got dinner at home. Right,
Sponsored by Walkers.
smokers package. No,
You said you wanted a
Yeah,
big
no,
one or a couple.
yeah.
You've only eaten one.
I didn't mean the Snickers.
Oh, hey! PG! PG! Jeez.
Right, smokers package we don't need, do we?
No.
And it's really only to get like the ashtray type. But I don't
Does it
think
give you...
you've got the covers now on these, so
Yeah.
you don't need to worry about all that
No.
sort of stuff. So, electric memory seats.
Oh, well, this is a different one because
But doesn't it add weight?
it does add weight.
Motors,
Yeah. And how much? They're like 600 quid, aren't they?
650.
Oh God. The only thing that I don't know is factual. I know that the 3-door setup,
Yeah.
or 2-door setup in this case, sorry, or 3-door in the 1 Series, the mechanical seats have got that mechanism to fold forward,
Yeah.
and they sit up a bit higher than the 5-door, right? But ironically, normally in the old days, you fit electric seats to a car and it lifts it up.
Yeah, you
But-
think the motors mean the seat's got to sit higher and it won't go as low. But
Yes,
you
to
believe
house
it
all the
actually goes
motoring.
up.
But I kind of have this weird thing that
Yeah.
electric seats in the BMs, the latest ones, like the 1s and the 2s, the seat always feels a bit lower.
I think there's a 50-50 uptake on memory seats with this car. So
Right.
it's up to you. But I don't think you'll do bad without them. But I don't think you need them essentially. But if you want them,
No, I think for 650 quid, I want to try and keep this as cheap as possible.
well, you can spend the money on the modifications then. Can't you?
Yeah, exactly.
650 is half an exhaust, isn't it? So yeah.
No, exactly. And they come with proper M seats, right?
They do now, yeah.
Okay.
So that's one of the criticisms didn't we had with the old car that they basically had M140 seats, M240
Yeah,
seats.
with
so,
slightly bigger bolsters.
Yeah. So they weren't that special. Right.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. I think I talked about it in that M4
yeah,
video of mine.
But they're great seats.
Yeah.
They're really going to be comfortable in that.
Yeah.
Through load system. So you've been a fan of that with your M140 because you had the luggage nets and everything else.
Yes.
Obviously, it can be slightly different in this because it doesn't have the hatchback ability.
Yes, but I still need to get my bike in there.
So we've still got the 60-40 split as standard.
Okay.
What you're paying for there is the 40-20-40 split. So you've got 3-way split,
Yeah.
but you get the centre armrest. Now the centre armrest is quite important if you have people in the back because
Yeah.
it's also got a cup holder.
Oh, so you get the centre armrest only with a 3-row?
Exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah, then let's go for that.
So and it kind of finishes the rear. The rear bench looks a bit plain otherwise,
Yeah.
so it kind of finishes it off.
Yeah.
So we'll go with that. Okay. So we've got heated seats obviously through the M
Yeah.
pack. We've got the open dry sort of effect carbon fibre interior trim that they had on the original M2,
Yep.
which kind of looks a bit like the Remus exhaust.
Yeah.
But you can, if you want, go for a high gloss black interior trim. But you're definitely not a fan of high gloss black trims, are you? That's the piano
No, I
polish.
love the way it looks. I just don't
Yeah,
like the way
it
they
doesn't
mark
peak.
up. Yeah. So no, I'll stick with the carbon.
Stick with the carbon, right? Few things that are standard, just to point out now on the M2 Competition, front and rear parking sensors are standard. Now, obviously, you couldn't have front parking sensors on the old front bumper. So that's now been sorted.
Yep.
Obviously, got rain sensor, automatic climate control, cruise control are all standard.
Yep.
We've got the Icon adaptive LED headlights in the package, so that's all fine.
We're
We don't
getting
need
towards
any
the
of that.
end here. This
Yeah,
is
there's not a huge quantity in it. Driving assistant.
No.
Yeah, I
We
know.
talked about this in my M140 video.
Yeah,
It's a diluted system that is
Yeah.
going to be more of a hindrance.
And you
on
want
it.
to turn it off more than I
Yeah.
think it helps you all the time.
Not
so,
interested.
so we'll leave that. We've got the HK sound system, so we
Yeah.
don't need to talk about that. Concierge service, they're now charging for telling you.
I've
where to
never
go.
ever used
Do you know,
it in my life.
I don't think I've ever come across anyone who actually used it, and
No.
now they want to charge £240 for it. So obviously
Yeah.
the uptake's even less now. Apple CarPlay, do you find that of any use whatsoever?
No, because I'm not an Apple phone user. So, yeah.
There you go. That'll be the reason.
I'm not that cool.
So the main benefit with enhanced Bluetooth with wireless charging, or two benefits really that it comes with. One is it lets you pair up two phones at once.
Yep.
So you've got two microphones. You can have both phones running. So if if your partner's got a phone in there, that's fine. You can both be connected at the same time. And obviously wireless charging, so you get the charging tray. But unless you've got the latest Apple phones and it's the smaller version,
It
it
doesn't
doesn't fit, and you can't charge like an old phone like mine.
Yeah.
And if you stick a Mega Man thing on the back of it, you can't charge it anyway. So
Yeah. car manufacturers, and this is not having a dig at BMW, but manufacturers in general, they always seem to be like miles behind things like that. Like they come up with wireless charging, great. Yeah. But then phones for the last 5 years have been getting bigger and bigger. So why not when they're...
Well, you change your phone nearly every year.
Every year, and it gets slightly bigger.
Every 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And the technology is already 7 years behind because this was signed off 7 years ago. Yeah.
They should have designed one that big. Well, a charging thing, like an extra seat.
I think they should stop doing it altogether. And actually, the Apple people, or whoever's phone you're using, Samsung, they should have a package that integrates with the car.
Yes.
And it should be their duty to actually give you something that you can interchange.
Yeah.
And then it becomes fully mobile and portable. So that would make sense. But yeah.
So no, leave that out.
A bit of a waste.
Leave that out. So I didn't even know what an M driver's package was like.
Well, listen. Let me tell you about the M Drivers package. As a friend,
okay.
For £2,095,
yes,
I can take off your speed limiter and let you get to the heady sum of 174 miles per hour, which you can do absolutely nowhere. If you think about it, where are you going to go?
Don't tell me that's it.
Oh no, we let you go on a track day.
Oh, a track day.
With BMW, and they'll tell you how to drive your car. Because you're not very good at driving.
But I already scammed one of them out of BMW anyway.
Oh, yeah, you've done that already.
Yeah,
so you've had half the package already, so actually you owe us £1,000.
No, can you not knock that up? No, because I'm not going to. So is that all it is? It's a speed limited lifter, which I could probably get done if I need to.
And a bit of driver training.
And a bit of driver training, which I can get anyway.
Sorry, did you say you could probably get the speed limit removed?
No, I didn't say that. And like you said, honestly, where? Maybe that once or twice that I might be in Germany.
I think that is a bit of willy wagging, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's it. It
should give you a little plaque.
Yes, because then people will get it.
Car.
Yeah, 100%. If there's a tacky little plastic badge in the cabin saying what is it called? M Drivers Package.
Yeah. So you'll be passing on that then?
I'll be passing that one. Yeah, I mean, it's only £2,100.
Speed limit display, £200. Joe, I'm a fan of that on cars with head up.
Yeah.
Because it puts it right in your eye line. But of course, on these small binnacles, the smaller the car, the smaller the badge, the smaller the label. It just you can't see it. It seems a pretty pointless thing, I think. So I don't.
I agree.
Don't alienate anyone who's just ordered that on their end.
No, I can see why people buy it. I can see why people do it, but then you're right.
It's a couple £100. It adds a bit of value, but I think it would be much better if it was head up. And the last thing is Microsoft Office 365, which you don't run Microsoft Office, and you're not in your. I
was planning on doing some emails whilst I was going around Scotland with you guys and Petrohead tours.
Because you had the time, didn't you?
Yeah,
that 35 miles.
When I'm following you, 100%. It's not like I almost rear-ended you.
Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah, hardly. Yeah, so no, I'll take a miss on my. But if they do Photoshop Pro, I could edit some videos, then that'd be great.
Yeah, no, we haven't got that yet.
No,
that'll be on the next one.
Next one, okay, yeah, cool. So that's it. Well, that was kind of painless. In the sense that
that's because I'm not taking any money off you.
Well, yeah, no, yeah, well, that comes at another point, but yeah, that's.
So we're going to lock that into the machine now, and it's just basically updating. So
last time this didn't work. Remember, you went, so I've got this extra system, and then it just went no. It said fatal error.
Yeah.
And I got really scared because I thought.
Actually, I'm not going to do if I do the next bit, I'll give everyone your address.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Perhaps we'll skip that little section.
Skip that little section. Yeah.
But basically, that's us done. So we've got everything we need on there. I will print off.
Ooh.
So what we'll do now is we'll print off your contract.
And so, what is the RRP? What have we got that up to?
Hold on, caller. I'm just putting in your anticipated delivery date.
Yes.
Which is the 5th of January,
Ooh.
2019. I think I might just put 2018 in there by mistake, but never mind.
I got my.
I did as well. No,
I picked up my 7 around that time, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think the 8th of January this year.
Talking to your 7, that must need changing soon.
Jesus Christ!
Slide that one in. I didn't even need butter with that one. Right. So here's a breakdown. This is basically the final SA3 configuration.
Yep.
Obviously, we'll put your details on there afterwards, but just tells you your sales contact is me, Tony Lewis, Berry Heathrow.
Yeah.
Been known to sell a few BMWs.
In your time.
5th of January 2018. What did I tell you?
Nice.
I'll correct that in a moment. So you can't never trust a salesman. Right. So there we go. So M2 Competition Coupe, Hockenheim Silver Metallic. Code number C33. Can you remember that? Actually, C33.
Yeah, C33. Yeah.
So we've gone with the black with the blue, highlight Dakota leather with perforation.
Yep.
Stops you getting a sweaty arse.
Nice. Stops you getting a sweaty arse when I take you around the track.
Yeah, very good point. M2, I want harnesses next time. I want the Hockenheim pack, never mind the Hockenheim silver. M2 Plus pack, so there you go. We've got that with all the items that we talked about, the wheels, sun protection glass, heated seats, the whole shebang's in there.
Alloy wheels with mixed tyres.
Yeah.
Is that to cover their asses when they send me a car with Conti Sport Contact 1s from 1987?
I don't even know what a 1 would look like.
I don't know.
I know what a 3 looks like.
I'm sure BMW have got some lying around in the way.
I hear these have all got Michelins on, so mixed tyres being staggered. So
yes.
Obviously different size fronts.
Yeah.
Thanks for
I'll let
putting
you
the
off.
knife in.
Yeah, no, well, it's not your fault, is it?
No, I don't choose the tyres.
No.
So we've got that. We've got the mobility kit, which doesn't work. I found out the other night.
Yeah, it's kiss your ass goodbye kit.
Although someone did explain to me, if you knew that the hole was at the top of the tyre, why didn't you revolve the car a little bit so it was at the bottom? Then when you put the fluid in, it would have gone to the bottom and it might have worked.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Badge delete, reverse camera,
Ooh,
windscreen
controversial.
shade, windscreen shade band, folding mirrors, through load, high beam assistant comes with the icon LED. So that comes to, and this isn't the on the road price, 49,915.
Okay.
Plus the on the road.
What's
stuff.
that, about
So,
£3,000 or something?
No, it's 780 for delivery and plates.
I suppose because I haven't gone for the auto box, it's kept the price.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because my M2,
Now, what's your
my
service?
M2 was 51.5.
Yeah.
So this is actually going to be.
Well, hang on, 227 grams. I'm just going to flick out that screen.
Oh god, yeah, this is the bad. This is the problem with going for manual, though, isn't it?
27. You are 1760 for your first year's road tax.
Ooh.
So 780 plus 1760 plus your 49,915 before delivery. 52,500
52.5. So it's exactly. So it's £1,000 more than my old one,
Yeah.
which is amazing because it's a lot. Well, it's not a lot more car, but it's.
There's a lot of changes. I
There's
think,
a lot of changes on it,
and even the inflationary price increase from 2 years ago. So when you factor all that in, it is.
Well, I think they're amazing value, and I'm not just saying that because we're recording this video, but honestly,
I've got none left to sell anyway.
And you've got none left to sell. Well, hopefully
this was a pretty pointless video.
Well, I'm sure you'll get. I'm hoping you'll get some more allocations. I'm sure BMW, like they did with the M2, they're like, oh, everyone gets 1 or 2 cars, and then they slowly start trickling them out. And I'm sure they'll be mad not to trickle more of them out.
Yeah.
But I think, I just think the way that BMW pricing, like the M3 and the M4 CS, are amazing. I love them. They're the best M car. If I had the money, I'd have one of them. But when you look at them at being 90s, or high 80s or 90 grand, these are actually, I mean, that's nearly half the price. And it's got effectively the same engine, same seats. So there's a lot of the chassis, I'm sure will be similar, a lot of the suspension components. The brakes, if you go for this, so you think of it that way, they're very, very good value.
And I think that's the driver's car. The M3s and M4s, they're great at what they do.
Yeah.
This is the driver's car, isn't it? This is the car. If you were going to go and do another petrol heads tour of Scotland, you'd want to be in that
in
M2,
one of them.
wouldn't you? You wouldn't want to be in an M3 or an M4.
No, because they are that bit longer and a bit heavier.
But if you're doing lots of autobahns, you're on the motorway every day flat out, north to south, north to south. Yeah, the M3s, M4s, they come into their own and that sort of thing. But this is the rewarding drive, I think. And
and with the M3s and 4s, you do still get like the adjustable suspension. You get the different settings. You get more settings.
You have got M buttons with these though.
Proper M buttons.
You've got proper M buttons, and you can sort of play around with a little bit.
Okay.
Not the suspension, obviously.
And not the gearbox. The gearbox.
I understand.
The gearbox on me is in here.
Yeah, your one won't have it. But
no.
I think the MDCT does have
different settings.
Yeah, you can set the different settings up on it.
Okay.
So
cool. Well, exciting times, man. I can't believe this is all just a bit weird, but yeah.
So we've got a deal. Do you want to buy a car?
So 1 sec, 50. So I only owe you 2.5 then.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. Don't leave me hanging, Joe.
Cheers, Tony.
Let's get you in an M2.
Yeah, let's. I'll look forward to it.
I just want to see some videos, and I'll be honest, the boss has already said there's no way you're going to get an M2 demonstrator to run around in. So
No.
you might as well sell Joe a car. That's the closest you're going to
Oh,
get.
that's how it happens.
It's the closest you're going to get to driving one. Oh,
Yeah.
right, let's get Joe down then.
Yeah.
Right, fantastic.
No, right.
We
exciting
will order
times.
that up tonight then for you, and we'll go off camera and talk about your part exchange price.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going to kick
Be
you.
closer to $5 grand than 50 grand, I think, won't it? Yeah. But anyway, mate, that's exciting. Yeah, really, really excited. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's certainly been fun for me. Now it's just the waiting process, but it's not as long as they always happens quicker than you think. So it's not actually that long away. But it means I've got another 3 or so months to enjoy my M140.
Well, you're only in the UK for about one of those 3 months anyway.
Well, I'm actually
the jet setter.
I'm actually here for a while now. Yeah, I'm actually here for most of the rest of the year, which is great. So, but yeah, happy days. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up if you did, and make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Give Tony Lewis a follow on Instagram. He's catching up to me very quickly. I think you're at 7,000 now, aren't you? And yeah, and that's it. Any comments, questions below, and I'll put Tony's email below as well. So if you want any quotes on anything or availability on the M2, then drop him a line and he'll get right back to you.
And if anyone wants to offer a little bit more than Joe's paying for this one, I'll happily let you have this build start.
I'll just cut that out. Yeah, cool, right. There's your Snickers, there's your dinner, mate. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching.
Snickers and Pepsi Max, that's all I need. You get anything you want if you bring those.
It's all about the bribery, like I said at the beginning of the video.
That's good.
Wait, what's that? What is that?
Oh, that is going to be so good. Don't discount. So, Joe, you're an M140 customer.
Yes.
I've invited you down to the showroom.
You did?
Have I made you feel good today?
Not yet, but I heard you're gonna.
I'm going to give you a bit of VIP treatment.
Wait, is that what it's called?
Not everyone comes up to the boardroom.
No.
And as you know, we don't discount this.
No.
I am your friend.
Well, yeah, sort of. But you don't follow me in. Oh, you do follow. Oh, social media. I was about to say that's the next bit. Has that been there the whole time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, damn. I had no idea.
No.